Thank you so much, Gemini Inc., for all that you do to help us tell our stories. And thank you, everyone, for gathering today to do this practice, right, together. The working title of this piece is Reintegration. When I was in my teens, I began to draw this one image over and over. Ordinary people, adults and children, each one with a ball and chain around their leg. Except for one ball and chain that was attached to just a leg, cut below the knee. And then there I was, up in the sky, missing a limb, but flying free. It was a choice I needed to make, and it felt as brutal and urgent as the image. And so I left my city as soon as I could, building and rebuilding my home in faraway communities. And 16 years ago, I returned to the soil of my grandmother's. I had my son, and I began to reintegrate. I have struggled with feeling like I don't belong. Seba, a transplant from down south, tells me to stop that I am more indigenous to this region than she is. When she was a small child, the violent choice of leaving her home was made for her. And so, with her placenta planted under a tree back where she was born and my leg cut off at the knee, we've spent years laughing and crying and healing together. You belong here, she would insist. Don't let anyone take that from you. I timidly followed her footsteps into rooms I was afraid to enter on my own, and finally into ceremony. The morning after a night of prayer, she looked into my eyes with deep grief I couldn't avoid. Please, please take care of yourself. I need you to live. Taking care of myself is hard. A part of me still haunts the decimated archaeological sites of my own life, like a ghost refusing to leave the bones and ash of my own history. I've often woken up in the ruins of my bedroom with achy muscles and burning eyes and immediately start scrolling, blinding myself with that blue light. A little after 7 a.m., Mandy will call. Are we dancing or what? I'll crawl out of bed so we can move our bodies while catching up on yesterday. We drop our kids off at school, then back to my place. On hard days, I say goodbye with, "You got this." And she'll reply, "We got this." On bad days, I might crawl right back into bed and then berate myself. Get up, Joy. Get up, move your body before it's too late. I'll turn my head to the wall and snuggle up to my emotional support algorithm while forwarding reels to myself on how to stay mobile after 50, even though I have a habit of leaving myself on red. Lately, I've been getting really angry about my own freeze. And today, I finally yelled out, "I can't move!" Joy, you need sunshine. Go take a walk in the neighborhood and send me a selfie for proof. Seba no longer lives here, but she instructs me over WhatsApp. Today, I am sinking, and she is pushing me back towards the sun. I try to take myself outside, but the resistance is strong. How are you doing, friend? Ellie texts. I share my dilemma, and she offers, do you want to walk together? We walk by the river at least once a week, and I'll say, thanks for taking me for a walk. And we laugh. We used to walk her dog, also. But he took his final breath last year with Seba, Ellie, and me by his side. So now we walk each other and release our burdens and offerings to Yanawana, spirit waters. Today, Sophia joins us, and we are 3. Chirping and squawking like grackles. We are neurodivergent daughters of San Antonio, interrupting each other at every turn, rolling words we hear in our mouths, and playing out each other's hypothetical scenarios. We walked with each other through the recent tearing away of our beloved Seba and the death of Oso, and today we walk up to the grandmother tree. I gaze at the nearby palm elders, just like the ones I grew up under 2 streets over. We try screaming from the gut. Ellie screams like a death metal singer. Sophia's cry pierces my ears, and they laugh about my cackle. It's the Thea laugh, I say. If you put too many of us together, the witch hunters will try to locate us by the sound. There are so many pretty ladies out today, says Ellie, while Sophia names them. This is a passion flower. This is dogwood. And this is agarita. It's medicine. Here, eat its red berry. It's tart and fresh. I look unconvinced at the unfamiliar berry in my hand, and I remember my first days living overseas in the island of Cyprus. I had pointed to the pansies in the garden I saw and told my ghost, "You can eat those." Proud to share the fancy practice I'd recently discovered. We chewed on the colorful petals. They were bitter, and my tongue went a little numb. And that night, I wasn't sure if I was sick or anxious and thought, what have I done? I knew nothing about plants or whether these were the exact same edible pansies we had back home. Stupid, reckless, what was I thinking? I vowed never to be casual with that kind of information again. In this memory is the knowledge that my roots didn't take in foreign soil. Ultimately, I was a failed transplant. And when I would get homesick, I would close my eyes and imagine the street I grew up on, 2 blocks from the river, near the comforting sound of the train's echolocation telling me where I was. And now, here I am, back home, eyes open and fixed on this bright red berry in my hand. I take a photo of what I'm about to eat while stating, "I'm trusting my friend that we won't die." And I pop it in my mouth. Right then she says, "Oh, sorry." And I wait for her to say, "I was mistaken, this one's poisonous." But no, the berry didn't kill me. It's getting late and we are hungry. "I have food at the house," says Ellie. "And I have beans and rice," I say, "and a lemon." And usually I don't bring anything, but little by little I feel safe enough to add my meager portions to the table. I'm alone in the kitchen for a moment and I feel it wash over me. A sense of safety, community. I am deeply planted back into this clay earth, and in my mind, I look up, and there are caring faces all around me. The cousins, the daughters, the mothers, the mentors, the tias, the NBs, the femmes of my city, San Antonio. It's almost too much to handle, the grace of belonging. It almost feels like I'm weeping, but from the pores of my skin, hot and flushed with life and gratitude and honestly, disbelief. Today, I video chat with Seba, and I'm showing her how Lisa has been helping me make my house feel like a home I love to be in, and everywhere we look is evidence of Seba's existence. And water spills down our faces because she longs to be here. We long her to be here with me, with us. We are disconnected by distance, but like limbs, our roots hold on to each other under the surface of the earth. The Seba tree that taught me how to root into soil now begins again, rebuilding a new home on another patch of land. Thank you.